In a world where everything is changing,
you can always count on us to change for you.
Of course, the main goal is nationals.
We have features,
highlights, and all things Northwest sports.
That's been the big focus for us.
This
is Bearcat Update.
Let's go! We're getting better today, baby!
Welcome to Bearcat Update. I'm your host, John Walker. We've had an eventful weekend for all Bearcat sports. All sports except golf saw some action last week, starting with Northwest tennis. Both men's and women's teams secured a win last week. The women played at home against Southwest Minnesota State, scoring a 7-0 victory. Our reporter Caleb Allen caught all of the highlights.
The Lady Bearcats have started their tennis season off strong, going 2-1 on the year so far. Unfortunately, the girls' season was cut short last year due to COVID-19, where they ended their season over 500. February 27th, the ladies played their first game against Oklahoma Baptist at home. They nearly swept them, beating them 3-0 in doubles and 5-1 in singles. They then went up against Southwest Minnesota State on March 4th, where they nearly swept them in doubles, winning 2-1 and then sweeping them in singles 6-0. The girls went on to their third match of the year, where they went up against a tough Drury team, where they took their first loss of the season, losing 1-2 in doubles and losing 2-4 in singles. Their next match will take place at Southwest Baptist, where they will try and snag their third win on the season. Reporting for Bearcat Update, my name is Caleb Allen, and I'll see you guys next week.
The men got off to a rough start last week, falling to the Drury Panthers 3-4, but ended their week with a 7-0 victory against McKendree University. The men will travel Thursday to Tahlequah, Oklahoma to take on Cameron University. Northwest Soccer secured its first win of the spring season. The team traveled to Warrensburg, Missouri last week to play Central Missouri. They defeated the Jennies with a 5-4 win. It was the program's first win against Central Missouri in 20 games. They will continue to St. Joseph, Missouri this week to battle the Griffins, who lost to UCM their first game of the season. We are going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk Northwest baseball and softball. You're watching Bearcat Update on KNWT, Channel 8. Welcome back to Bearcat Update. Northwest Baseball hosted Emporia State for its home opener last weekend, and it didn't go the way the Bearcats expected. In the first of the three-game series, Emporia scored 6 runs in the second. The Hornets eventually scored 4 more in the sixth to beat the Bearcats 10-0. The team came back for revenge the second game, but when it was unable to do so in the third, they eventually finished 1-2 against Emporia on the weekend. The Bearcats will play another 3-game home series this weekend against Rogers State. As we said before, the softball team had a strong start to its season. The team has made it through its second tournament. They picked up their first loss last weekend during the Pitt State Classic. Our reporter Chase Chambers met with the team to find out the reason why the Cats are off to such a hot start. Chase.
Coming into the Pitt State Classic, the Northwest softball team is a perfect 4-0 and aims to keep it that way.
4-0, great way to start. On the back end of it, we had a chance to play 8 more games. So, if we could be that much farther along, it'd be nice right now because, we did a lot of good things. But already going into March, we play conference next week. We have a lot of stuff to still correct. So, 4-0 is good, but we got a long way to go.
After just shy of a year of the season getting canceled, head coach Ryan Anderson talks about what it means for the team to finally return to the field.
It was actually just getting ready to play. When last year got called short, we were starting rolling, we were starting to do things, and couldn't play anymore. So I think that was the biggest anticipation, is just getting out and getting ready to play again.
Weiss and Anderson talk about the prep going into this weekend's tournament.
We're just working on trusting ourselves, trusting each other, communicating. Last tournament we did very well with getting our runners around on the bases and scoring runs, and so we're just keeping that same energy and making sure we hit the ball hard and keep pitching well and keep fielding well.
We get to be outside, so the last couple of weeks have been cold and dreary and field's wet, and so we've been working the last 3 days to try to get out there. So this is our first day out and get to be out on some dirt and get to play, and we're playing 2 good teams this weekend, so we hope to start to correct things, but keep hitting.
Weiss reflects on the last 4 years on the softball team and what she's going to miss the most.
It's really sad. I mean, softball is a big part of my life. It's been literally everything to me, and so I'm excited for that next part of my life where I'm coaching, teaching, and giving back to the community. Softball has given me everything, so I just want to give back to the game and to those little girls out there that are wanting this dream of playing college softball.
Caitlin shares the goals she has for the remainder of the season.
As a team, our goal is to win. We want to win. We're competitive like that, and this is just a different team this year. I'm super excited about our competitiveness and our edge that we have. And I mean, people aren't going to go at us hard, but we're going to come back at them harder. So I'm just looking forward to keeping that goal and making sure that we get that goal, which is to keep doing what we do, communicating.
Reporting for Bearcat Update, I'm Chase Chambers.
Thanks, Chase. The team will compete against Missouri Western this Saturday in St. Joseph, Missouri. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching Bearcat Update on KNWT, Channel 8. Welcome back to Bearcat Update. The Northwest volleyball team had a strong start to its season with a 4-0 record. Last week, the Bearcats started with a close set against Missouri Western. That one was 25-22, then finished the last 2 sets against the Griffins with a score of 25-18. Moving to the MIAA tournament, where Northwest men's basketball was searching for its 6th straight 10th overall MIAA tournament title. The Bearcats were so close, and then Tyler Guyman happened. Our reporter Dylan Johnson caught the highlights, and well, let's just take a look.
Okay, you have to get to a point where it's every possession we only have one way to play. You have to play it one way, okay?
100-61 Northwest with a victory over Emporia State.
They've got a lot of talent, and they're going to juke it up here. We need to make sure that we are solid. Make sure this first 5, we win this first 5. Win the first 5. Let's go.
You know, defensively, we're getting more pressure on the ball. We're helping away from it and trusting each other a little bit more than maybe earlier in the season. And we're kind of just all 5 on the court as everyone's locked in together, and it shows.
104-72, the final score. Northwest with the win over Central Oklahoma. The Bearcats now move into the championship game of the MIAA tournament, and they await the winner of the Washburn Missouri Western game, which will be coming up in just a few minutes here at Bearcat Arena as well.
Just got to keep fighting, keep plugging away.
As Williams gets the inbound to Guyman. 2.7 seconds left. Bearcats and Ichabods met twice this season, and both games went to overtime.
Down here on the court, it is pretty loud here this evening.
Yeah, it really sounds like it's a packed house like we saw a couple years ago in the regional here. Jalen Lewis with 15 points in this first half. 24-15, the Ichabods in front of Northwest.
It's a tough shot over 5'11", over 6'7".
It's Washburn 30 and Northwest Missouri State 19.
Everybody in here is in their own personal world. Okay? You need to be in a together world. A together world.
Down the lane he goes, gets past Guyman, reverse layup on the right side. Yeah. Off the inbound, 2 seconds on the shot clock. Hudges from the right side, launches the 3, nothing but net.
There it is.
8 or 9 by the 15-minute mark. Okay? If you can get it down to 6 or 7 by the 10-minute mark. Okay? Play. Okay? We gotta play. Okay? Play and have fun. Listen, you don't have to get it all back at once, but what you have to do is try to get 3 stops in a row. That's how runs start. 3 stops in a row. 3 stops in a row, and you have to believe that you can do it. All right? Let's go.
Second free throw by Diego on the way. Got it. Ichabods will inbound as Williams gets the inbound to Guyman. 2.7 seconds left. Guyman launches one a long way. It is good. It is good from 3/4 away on the court, and the Ichabods, my goodness.
That was crazy. One of the craziest things to ever happen in Bearcat Arena. So much so, Guyman's shot made its way to number 2 on SportsCenter Top 10 the night that it happened. The Bearcats are not done yet, though. They will travel to Aberdeen, South Dakota this weekend to compete in the Central Region Tournament, where they will try and make another trip to the Elite 8. Also competing this week, track and field will head to Birmingham, Alabama to compete in the NCAA Division II Indoor Championships. The Bearcats who have qualified for the NCAA Championships are Omar Austin, Caleb Harkey, Gavin Monday, Blake Morgan, Bailey Blake, Delaney Dykes, Jada Shanklin, and the men's 4x4 relay and distance medley. Now it's time for my pick of the week. This week, it's Northwest men's basketball. I know the Bearcats eventually fell to Washburn, but that's why they're my pick of the week. After their January 7th loss to the Ichabods, the Bearcats rattled off 18 games in a row. After playing them close February 20th in Topeka, when they eventually won, the Bearcats played some of their best basketball of the season. Ben McCollum gets a full week to prepare for the tournament, along with the Cats having motivation after their most recent loss. I would genuinely hate to be any team in front of the Bearcats in Aberdeen, South Dakota. For those reasons and more, Northwest men's basketball is my pick of the week. That's going to wrap things up for this week's episode of Bearcat Update. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at BearcatUpdate_8. You can catch all of our previous episodes on YouTube at KNWT8. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.
In a world where everything is changing,
You can always count on us to change for you.
Of course, the main goal is nationals.
follow us on Twitter at BearcatUpdate_8.
It's been the big focus for us.
Tune in on Mondays at 6:30 on KNWT Channel 8.
This
This is Bearcat Update.
Let's go! We're getting better today, baby!
What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning into this week's episode. For last week's, click up here, and for all of our previous episodes, click down here. I'll see you next week.